Welcome to the Emd Sports Show. I'm your host, Chris Hit or Miss.
And I'm your host, Straight Talk Tag.
We're here to talk about relevancy and sports and topics and a little entertainment if it needs to be. But today, we're doing a recap of the Super Bowl. Is it 59 or 58? I always get mixed
59,
up.
59.
59.
59.
Oh,
Yeah, Super Bowl
59.
59. Yeah.
Oh, gonna be one more, and then we get to 60. Woo, 60 years of football. Anyway, the Kansas City Chiefs against the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles beat the Kansas City Chiefs by a score of like 1,000. Let me stop. They was down 40-6, even though they scored 22 points, if I'm not mistaken, 40-22. But that wasn't the score. Everybody knows who watched that game. No, that's not the real reason. They got smoked. In this game, they came as the favorite. Then they lost 2 games. And Philly said, not today, my brother. Not today. We don't care about the referees. That's not going to happen. We're going to lock you up. Kelsey, you're not going to do nothing. Mahomes, you're going to look not like the GOAT. Yeah. They got done dirty. They got done filthy, man.
Yeah.
Yo, it's funny because
go
ahead, Tan. Tell the people what you just told me, Tan, about how
What's that?
I said, tell the people you just told me about how they got smoked in the Super Bowl, but you didn't care.
Yo, man, listen, I thought the game was mad boring, and I thought it was not a good game. But the fact that they were getting their butt kicked, I just wanted to watch that. I just wanted to see Kansas get their behind kicked because they've been getting so many like beneficial calls during the regular season and up to that game during the playoffs. So I was very happy they got their behinds handed to them. To be honest with you, I was kind of liking it. But as far as competitive wise, the game was I wanted to shut the game off. To be honest with you, because it wasn't even competitive. You want to see a competitive football game, and they wasn't competitive. But at the same time, I was kind of like, yeah, I'm really happy for Philadelphia that they won for Hurts and the guys, and I was just so happy for the city of Philadelphia that they got their championship, first championship. This is great.
Well, this is not the first championship. This is the second championship.
The second
And,
one was the first. When was the first one?
bro, dang. You know what I'm saying?
2018. It was
Yeah, man.
2018 against the
Nick Foles.
Patriots. That's when I
Yeah.
picked the Eagles to win when they went against them goddamn
Oh,
Patriots.
God.
Wait.
Jeez.
Who was on that Eagles team back then? The Eagles what?
Oh, my goodness, man. Who's smoking weed over here? Me and you. Man, Nick
Oh,
Foles. You
oh
forgot Nick Foles?
right. With Nick Foles.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God. What's going
My
on here,
bad.
man?
My bad.
They
Yo,
got
man,
focus on
my age.
something.
No, I was just telling Ed, today's my birthday, Chris. So you gotta excuse me, man.
Oh, snap. Happy
It's
birthday.
I appreciate it, but you know what? As me being my age, man, I don't even know what I had for breakfast yesterday, man. So you maybe remember something happened like 3 years ago, man. Forget about it.
Oh, my goodness. And thank you, Ed, for reminding us real fast about, Patriots. Yeah. Thank you very much. Jeez.
Man.
But at
That's
least,
the
but the
only time I'm
Patriots
gonna
didn't
pick
lose. But
Philly.
yo, Chris, but the Patriots didn't lose like that, did they? No, right?
Let's get this straight. Now, I was just about to go right into that. Forget the game. We can talk about the game. We can talk about the players and the coaches and all that. Let's just talk about the real issue here. You just said it. It was boring. I love every minute of a boring game when you're talking about who's the GOAT. Let's just get this GOAT thing over with. So we all agree that GOAT
Oh,
thing is
here
over
we
with.
go.
Yeah, man. All
Oh
right,
no.
let me say a couple more things. First, people hate Tom Brady so much.
Oh.
They let a guy in his 6 seasons just call him the GOAT. That's how much they hate this guy. The guy didn't even be better than Joe Montana, and all of a sudden we call him the GOAT. It took them then Tom Brady 15 years to be GOAT, and all of a sudden a couple years, oh, he's the GOAT. Hold on, he ain't even got that many wins. It don't matter. Now they got this new thing there saying, oh, he doesn't need 7 wins. He doesn't need 7 Super Bowls to be the GOAT. So now we doing that out there. When Tom Brady tried to be, no, he got to get over Montana. I ain't never heard nobody say he was going to be the GOAT if he didn't get over Montana. That's another thing. 2, this whole thing with this Andy Reid, and I'm not a big fan of Bill Belichick, but bro, you cannot be the best and get smoked in a Super Bowl by 2 different coaches who are not named Bill Belichick. That's another good point. I ain't even going, know what I mean? Like, that's ridiculous. That's smoke. Where's your adjustments? That defense looking crazy. Patrick Mahomes looking like David Carr from the Texans back in the day, running for his dear life. Stop it. I don't want to hear it. And yeah, let's just call it what it is. Let's call it spade a spade. Not to bring up old stuff, but they never looked the same after they lost Tyreek Hill. I know they won 2 Super Bowls after Tyreek Hill. I know. But it caught up with them. All that dinking and dunking that they love to call Tom Brady. Same thing happened, but at least we win. Bro, he got smoked, bro. The greatest of all time is Tom Brady. That's it, man. There's no comparison. Now, can he still probably get up there? Yeah. All that. I gotta win 4 championships. Now, I'm not gonna lie. If he had did the 3-peat, even for me, I can't even like. I want to put him as the GOAT, but if he did 3-peat, I'm not gonna sit here and say that's no big deal. Because at the end of the day, you gotta respect real is real. That would have been a big deal, but it did happen, and it always happens like that. It's
Listen,
not meant for it to happen.
Listen, man.
And that's
You
just
know
what
what?
it is, man. That's just what
Listen,
it is, man.
hey, you see how this guy is, man? Of course, he had to segue Brady into the conversation somehow, some way. I don't care if Chris is going to McDonald's to get fucking chicken McNuggets. He gonna bring Brady up somehow. You know, Brady made a fucking chicken McNugget commercial. He just gonna bring him up no matter what. That's how fucking he does it, man. We could be
This
on the bus, man. He'll be like, yeah, man, you know, Brady used to
I
ride the
know,
bus, man.
man.
You know
I
what I'm saying?
know, man.
That's how Chris is, man. But let me
I
just say this.
know.
You make
Go
a
ahead,
good
go ahead.
point.
Yeah, man. Don't know.
Brady is considered one of the GOATs. There's no doubt about that.
No, Duggo.
I know this guy. I know Mahomes definitely swallowed some serious humble pie last
Oh
weekend.
yeah.
Some serious humble pie. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because they showed the clip of him at the parade when they won it last year
He
or
was feeling
last
himself.
season, and he was like, "Yeah, and we're gonna definitely win this 3-peat." You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I'm
He's
like,
feeling
wow.
himself.
Yeah, so
Definitely.
he was starting to feel
Yo.
himself a little bit. And
Hey,
usually
drunk
sometimes when
ass.
athletes do that, you get some humble pie, man. You understand
Hey,
what I'm
Ted,
saying?
sometimes
So
when you get a little drunk at the parade, because he was a little tipsy, you
get a
know
little
what they
tipsy,
say?
feeling good.
Drunk
You
mind
know,
speaking sober, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
you know how you
Sober
listen, man. You
word.
know how it is when cats be drinking, man. All of a sudden, the other
They talk
personality
truth.
comes out. They
And
tell the
they talk
truth
truth.
that
Uh-huh.
the filters to filter, you just being cool and calm and relaxed. That's gone. So now
Real fast. Real
you
fast.
gonna see how you really feel.
Look, remember that saying that topic. Remember when Draymond Green and they won his the tip over LeBron and he was talking crazy. Y'all remember that press conference after he was drunk in the press conference and he was talking crazy and LeBron came back and beat him with a 3-1 lead. Nobody remembers that. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
speaking that drunk
Bro,
truth, man.
let me tell you something. As a guy that used to compete, playing a little bit of basketball here and there, one thing you never did was give any team any kind of bulletin board material. I don't give a shit whether you're
Yep.
pros, college level, Sunday, morning,
It don't matter. Yep.
guy out there in the weekends playing whatever sport it is,
Yep.
at the YMCA, whatever. You don't never give a dude or
Motivation.
anybody or competitor in this case motivation through some kind of like some foolishness that you said prior to the game. You just don't do that. You don't give nobody bulletin board material. You just don't do that.
Yeah. And it goes to show you, like, you're right. It doesn't matter. Almost on my train of thought. It's funny because I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles, I just got it. They kept hearing about, it's guaranteed they're going to win. They're going to win. They're the Chiefs. 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 Sometimes when you keep hearing that over and over, it doesn't just make you mad. Like you said, it makes you extra motivated and extra focused. They look so focused out there. Like, they
That's what
look
they were.
focused. They looked at, like, I ain't gonna cap. They looked at, like, even when Jalen Hurts threw that into, I said, damn, that was stupid. Why the hell you threw that into? That was dumb. And it's funny because I know if I was thinking the same thing like everybody else, when the Eagles was up, you kept thinking like, Mahomes gonna come back. Yeah.
Right.
They're gonna give him some calls. Yeah. And then you know what? Eagles said, we're not gonna make y'all give them no calls. It's funny because when we talk facts. Don't give them an opportunity to keep it close. You keep it close, you keep it in the rough hands. That's how it is. You keep it close, you keep Mahomes close in the distance of scoring because he will That's one thing I say. He has Brady-like goatness. I ain't gonna sit here and fake it. Like he's one of them dudes. End of the game, he has the ball. He's gonna score, regardless of the ref or not. You give this man the ball the last chance, he's gonna go down the field scoring. Like that's what he does. But they smoked them. They smoked them.
Let me tell you something. All that was thrown out the window when your man got sacked like 4 times in the first half.
Absolutely.
They put him on his back, man. Yo, he was like, damn, man, like I'm playing the game from the floor. Yo, he was constantly. I had never seen. Yo, one time I think he might have got sacked twice in one season or something like that. He was never getting sacked. This guy.
Yo, because they lost their left tackle. I think they lost him to injury, or no, they lost him because to the salary. Yo, Ted, we seen this. Let's just talk a little history real fast.
Yeah,
in our history of this game, we have seen this. Like we have seen the greatest of the greatest be the great. The greatest teams be the great. And you know what happens when you're great? Your salary goes up. Why? Because Cass want to get paid. He needs to get paid. He got to go there. He's going to go to that team because that team won him because now he's up. This happens. People are great for a reason. Teams are great for a reason. They're not just great because they're great. They're great because of what they camaraderie is and chemistry is, and they know each other and have good star players. The other part of being great is the financial part. How great is your front office for niggling his money? You know what I'm saying? Giving his money at the right time. Because that matters. Cincinnati Bengals are going through that. This is why I tell people, they're going to be good next year. Yeah, maybe we'll see. Like Philadelphia, they're going to go back to back. Yeah, we'll see. Things happen. I'm telling you, things happen so much. And we be like, oh, man, no. Nah, bro. The Kansas City Chiefs, they don't have a line. So now they talking about overpaying for Trick Williams. Okay. But you have Travis Kelce, who got to get $12 million before March something. Or see, that's another thing that happens. That's why they should have paid Tyreek Hill early, get him out fast. No, they want to save money. You want to save money. But I hate when teams save money, but they don't get the people they need to save to get more money. Get the people the money.
You make an excellent point there, Chris, because what happens is that, like you said, what happens is this. These owners and these GMs, right, because of the salary cap or whatever reasons, they say, you know what, we so good that we could put something a little bit, we could change things around, but we so good as an experienced team, we're gonna have a good portion of the team still there, and they figure they can still win it again and again and again and again. And for a while, Kansas City did have that kind of success. Okay, they kept taking the piece off, losing guys to free agency, whatever. But now you end up having a situation where you got to factor in sometimes dudes get hurt.
Yeah.
Now, when guys get hurt, that's a whole different fucking thing now. All right, so now you got to go to a guy that may not be experienced enough to even be there, or you got to get somebody off the waiver, or somebody got cut from another team, and that changes the dynamic. Like you said, the line was kind of terrible. I mean, there was like open season on this guy.
Season.
You're right. Certain things, you only have a small period of time to keep that stuff going within a certain salary cap. Because after that, they're gonna guys got to go get their money somewhere else. Because that's how the league is designed, as far as the salary caps and things of that nature.
Yep.
It's only gonna be a certain amount of guys on the team making a certain amount of money, and everybody else got to kind of like go somewhere else and make their money, do incentives or whatever the case may be. So, yeah, it's not easy.
And can we do another GOAT debate? Like, and I'm gonna speak to this point. You're gonna roll your eyes because I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. Can we start talking about this greatest tight end of all time about Travis Kelce? The man can't block nobody, bro. We just talked about the line, and it was like, all right, it's not only is it 5-on-4, but it's like 6-on-4. Travis Kelce can't block he couldn't even block a cold if it was right in front of him. Like, stop, man. Like, the greatest tight end is
the running backs are blocking better than him.
Thank you. Like, and nobody wants to say that, but that hinders you. Like, I know it's not the big deal. It's not the game plan or whatever. But sometimes it's good to have a good tight end who can block. The extra lineman to give you some time. Rob Gronkowski, when they lost to the Giants, I'm going to give Ed some props. You know what I'm saying? Not the first time, because Rob Gronkowski wasn't there. The second time. Because everybody remembers, Rob Gronkowski was hurt that second Super Bowl when they played the Patriots. But he couldn't run. But you know what he could
Right.
do? Block the hell. Block his ass off. Like, bro, this tight end debate about him being the greatest, like, we gotta stop calling people the greatest when they're not really overcast like that. Like, people talking about he's the greatest and look at his yards and all this. What does your eyes tell you? Like, Ron Picasso was throwing people out the club, man. Like, nobody was jacking that. Like, and I don't know when he's one of the top fours, top threes, but he's not better than Shannon Sharp. He's not better than Shannon Sharp. And honestly, I don't think he's better than Antonio Gates as well. I know people don't want to hear that because Antonio Gates don't got the stature and never been to a Super Bowl. So it's like, oh yeah, you can't call him the GOAT. And then Shannon Sharp, he disqualified himself in calling Chelsea the GOAT or whatever. I don't know why he did that, whatever. So, but like, people don't even want to talk about Tony Gonzalez. Like, people don't have Super Bowls. It's like, that's why they don't call themselves who they are. They like one hit away. But when you think about it, they ain't playing with nobody. Travis Kelce got Andy Reid, got Patrick Mahomes, got Tyreek Hill. That Tyreek Hill thing, man. I'm telling you, man. He probably should get a freaking. He should get a Hall of Fame like thing, man. Because people underrate. They go Shannon Sharp. And shout out to his brother, Starlin Sharp. I think he just got in the Hall of Fame too. I think they finally made him in the Hall of Fame.
His brother got called. His brother went to his house. He ain't seen him in a while. He actually hooked up and chatted it up a little bit.
Yo, and that's why I'm saying some of these players get denounced or disremembered how great they was because we live in a media world where first, I know the topic's going left field, but first the media world, we don't talk about stories anymore. Remember how we talk about somebody's we just talk about this, that, social media, like shut up. Nobody cares what you got to say. Like the analysts be talking more than the actual storytellers. Like tell us stories. Like so that's one. So nobody remembers these guys. They're like, that's old school.
Right.
Cool. And look at these plays he's doing. Look what we're talking about. He's Travis Kelce before Travis Kelce. But he's playing at a different time. He still was blocking. He still was taking people crap. I just feel like a lot of things is easy. It's like weak arguments, but easy answers. Like people want to just jack them and talk to this. Somebody told me, Patrick Mahomes didn't have nobody. Well, he had somebody. They got rid of the guy. They didn't want to give him his money. They said we could do it better. Now don't get it twisted. They got young players. The Worthy Cat from Texas University, you already know. They got a couple dudes. But like they got a competition now because now, what you think? Since Lamar Jackson ain't gonna be mad, Buffalo ain't gonna be mad. Nah, they got some issues, man. Like it's not gonna be an easy comeback. Oh, they're gonna go back. Now, can they get back to the Super Bowl? Absolutely. Do I think it's gonna be a while? I think it's gonna be a while, at least a couple years, because you just can't. It's hard to fight the masses off, man. Like you really, it really is every year by year. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, like I said, man, I didn't have a problem with what happened last week. I thought it was a boring game. I wish we could have saw a more competitive game. As far as like the commercials were concerned, I thought they were kind of weak. It's like only one or two commercials that I liked during the whole Super Bowl process. And then also, I did like Kendrick Lamar's halftime show. A lot of people got a lot of flack. Heard a lot of gave him a lot of flack for the message. But I tell you, man, it was a lot of symbolism in there, man, and I liked it. I think he was just telling people, man, this is what you got to be looking forward to when it comes to where this country's going and things of that nature. So, I thought from that perspective, I thought it was a good performance, and that was it, man. But as far as competitive wise, game was whack as hell.
Yeah, but you know what it was? It was whack, but it was something at stake. Like it reminded me of the Seahawks and the Denver Broncos. Remember that Super Bowl when they smoked the Broncos?
Yeah.
And it was that was cheesy because it was boring, it was corny. See, this one, it's almost like it was boring, but you had that thing like, damn, when he's gonna come back. And if he did come back, you like good because you wanted to see them lose anyway. So like it was something about that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, keep it real, man. Like,
yeah,
and it was funny. It was funny because they called him the GOAT, but the person who was calling the game was Tom Brady. Yeah, nobody found that weird. Like, like that was crazy. I'm like, wait, ain't that Tom Brady talking? Like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, but anyway, I guess we'll look forward to next NFL season. We got one in the chapter. NFL season 59 is over with. Let's see if Philadelphia can build some momentum next year off this winning this Super Bowl. And maybe they might have a little dynasty, a little franchise dynasty thing. We'll see what happens. But
Yo, bro, that division ain't winning 14 years. You know that?
yeah, that's a big
a back to
deal.
back one. Yeah, so I always say this. Every year is different. Every year is different, man. Every year is
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
Yo,
So
go
so
ahead.
so yesterday, if you want to segue into this, they had the some of the All-Star NBA All-Star festivities, excuse me, yesterday, which was the skills challenge, 3-point contest, and the dunk contest last night.
Mm-hmm.
And so I saw everything for the most part. And shout out to Matt. The Matt came back in 3 times, dunk champion, man. I mean, that's very hard to do.
Oh,
But
he
I
won
will say,
again?
yeah, he won again. He won it again, man. He's the only player in NBA history to win it 3 times.
First,
So
I guess so.
yeah, but let me just say this, and this goes back to what you were saying about, trades and contracts and things of that nature. Me and Ed spoke about it earlier. There's no reason why I don't think why this guy Matt McCullough should be on an NBA team getting some minutes. The fact that this guy is going back to the G League back and forth, man, and is probably one of the most athletic point guards in the league right now, period. Hands down. Okay. And the guy can ball out. I watched a couple of his, highlights in high school. He was at Georgetown and then he played at Georgia Tech. Texas Tech later on. This kid can ball out and play. But you're gonna tell me that he can't find minutes on any team to get
I was
any
gonna
run?
ask you that. I was
But
gonna ask you that. Does he
but let
play?
me finish though. But I was telling Ed, it's all about contracts and some of these guys. Like I'm an owner, Christian, you and Ed playing for me, and say that Ed's better than you, okay? But you're you're the guy. Ed's the guy that basically he's the new guy coming in, but you're the contract guy and you got the 50-70 million dollar contract. Even though Ed is better than you, it doesn't matter. The owner gonna look at it saying, "Yo, man, I paid that guy. I want him out there." And that's what happens to these guys. They get caught up in these guys with contracts, and they can't get past that. And I'll give you a quick story. I remember the former Nick guard, what is it? Moody, I think his name is. He's played for the
Emmanuel
Knicks and then he
Moody.
played for Denver. Yeah, right. And he was on a podcast one day, and they just give you an example of how this, bureaucratic foolishness happens with these coaches and owners and all that. Yo, he was, I think, starting for a player that was hurt on the Utah Jazz. And he was putting the numbers, doing his thing and all that. So the player came back. I think it was Quinn. I think it was the head coach. Took him aside, said, "Man, you're doing everything I want you to do. You're playing well. This is out of Emudie's mouth." The coach told me he did this and that, but I got to put you back on the bench.
I seen that short. I seen that
And you
interview
saw
you
that,
talking about.
right? And it had
I seen
nothing to
that.
do with performance.
I
It
seen
had to
that.
do with that the guy that came back is getting more money than him. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter if he's even better than that guy. It doesn't
Don't matter.
matter. Yo, the owner's gonna be like, "Yo, I'm paying for that guy. I want him out there." Okay, just like you saw sometimes where I think this was going on when the Knicks was playing at times, with guys, and also, matter of fact, no, I'll give you a better example with Philadelphia 76 with Joe Embiid. There was no reason why Joe Embiid should have been playing that series against the Knicks. How banged up he was.
Yeah,
There was
you
no
right.
reason why he should have been playing.
No reason.
Like you
No
said,
reason.
he's the highest paid guy on that team.
Yep.
They're gonna run him out. They're gonna do what they gotta do, shoot him up, get him out there. Okay? I think that's crazy. But like I said, that's what it is. And so a guy like the Mac is caught up in that foolishness because he's going back and forth to the G League. Back and forth, back and forth. You're not gonna tell me that this guy cannot find minutes on an NBA squad. That's crazy.
No. Let me ask you something, but you can keep going. Because you would know more. I watched this guy. He went from another. I forgot what college, but he went to cheer for the Georgetown. So he's been balling. He's in the Orlando Magic jersey. Did they put him
Yeah,
on?
he's on Atlanta Magic. He's on
But
the
let me
G
ask you
League
something.
Atlanta Magic team. Yes.
Also, that's not the Orlando Magic of the NBA. That's the G League Orlando Magic.
Yes.
Because usually the G League, they jerseys are always a little different. They're not the same
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. But no,
They're
they
not
own the
the
rights. They
same.
own the rights to this guy. He's an Orlando Magic player, but they can bring him up on a 10-day contract or whatever the case may be, depending on what the situation is. But
All
like I
right,
said,
so he's still in the G League. He's still in the G League, right?
he's still in the G League, like I said. And I guess if a guy gets hurt or they got a spot on the roster, they may bring him up. He's killing it. He's killing the dudes in the G League. I think he was MVP one year. He's going ravaging like 30. But like I said, man, when it comes to it's all about the right timing. And when you got guys that are signed before you that you probably better than, but you're not gonna play, man, because you ain't got that kind of
I ain't gonna
contract.
lie. I ain't gonna lie. Looking at these dunks, damn, these are great freaking dunks, man. Like,
Yo,
let's just call a spade what it is. The NBA players ruined the Sam Duncan contest. Let's just call it what it is. The NBA players ruined the Slam Dunking contest, bro. I want to repeat myself. By them not competing, it turned to crap. It turned the whole weekend into crap. When you think about it, we have
well,
never seen no great players ever since the last great player we seen was Kobe Bryant to play in that suit. That's it. LeBron never did it. John Morant talking about he not going to do it ever. So, like, none of the great players we talk about saying that. That's why I was like, yo, these dudes is weak. These dudes is weak. Nobody wants to do the same thing. Nate Robinson was cool. That was good. Zach LaVine. Once that little Zach LaVine era was over, it was over. It's over.
you had guys like Vince Carter, guys like that. But let me tell you
Come
something.
on,
But
man.
I like Matt McCullough. What he said the other day. He said after he won this shit last night, he said, "Is he coming back?" He was like, "Nah, I don't know about that. If you really
Thank
want me
you.
back, they're gonna have to pay this guy more money or something because I wouldn't come
Yeah.
back. I wouldn't come back either."
Like are you using me for this All-Star game, which is terrible, which is gonna be terrible. You losing me for this weekend and just do because I'm the big name. Like he's probably like, I'm the big name. I should be getting more love, more money in this. Like, get me on the team. Y'all got me short on the
Yo, but the
All-Star team.
NBA is known for shit like this, man. So they bring
Yeah.
this kid up. They using this kid to keep the dunk contest live because he's the best thing the dunk contest have in a long time. But remember a guy named Craig Hodges
Yes,
won the
sir.
3-point contest?
Yes,
Yo,
sir.
he didn't even have an NBA uniform when he went out there to defend his title. He had a uniform that resembled the Daishiki almost
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
because of the pride and what he was bringing to the table. But the bottom
Exactly.
line is that he got blackballed out the league basically.
Quick fast. Quick fast. Like, soon as your head spin, done. Like, oh shit, he's going there. He's going. Like, he was there, and he was not. Quick fast. It's just funny. It's weird. It's funny. That I ain't gonna lie. He has some great dunks, but it's like, man, this thing is boring. Yo, but on to a little funny note of that little Saturday that Ed pointed out. You want to explain this to Ed about the Chris Paul and the
Yeah,
Yo, I
I'm
don't.
gonna
Yeah, Ed. Yeah. Ed, what the hell happened,
I'm
Ed?
gonna show y'all after this quick highlight of right here. This if he can bang the freaking rim, brings the ball
I,
up and
I
finishes
ain't gonna
off
lie.
the
That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy, man.
all
This
his
shit is
dunks
tough,
on the
man.
first attempt. On the first attempt, he nailed it, bro. Like
Yo, that's what
he
I'm saying.
50,
He nailed it on each attempt, the first attempt. That's crazy.
50, 50, 50. He got 50 every time. Yup.
Yo,
This is
and
Hey,
check this out. Yo, check this out, right? When he did the other dunk where he had to bring the car in. Now, because he's not, I mean, he is. They own the rights to him as an NBA player, which is the Orlando Magic. But check this out. For him to practice for this, he had to go to like school gymnasiums. He had to borrow people's cars so he could practice the dunk. You see the difference between a guy who is on the team and a guy that's in the G League. You see the difference?
yeah. But you know what's funny? I think nobody can compete with him unless you're an NBA player now. He upped it so much. Like, he upped it so much. We need an NBA player to go against him. That's why I don't
Yo,
understand. Like,
the other contestants that was against him, except for the kid from San Antonio, who was a little bit nervous, they was totally whack. Terrible.
was they in the
Terrible.
NBA? The other contestants?
yeah,
Huh?
Who was
yeah.
the
They were
other
in the NBA.
contestants? Who's the other contestants? First of all, we didn't even talk about that.
Yo, you
right.
know, to be honest, tell him, Ed, it was nothing to talk about, right, Ed?
There was not
Because
much going on, man.
it was
Yeah.
nothing going on that much, man. Those guys were, yo, you know how you get a second chance, a third chance, a fourth chance to make a dunk. These guys kept missing dunk after dunk, and the crowd be like, oh, jeez,
Yeah,
come
they
on,
got
man,
5
really?
chances and shit. It was like, all right.
Nah, they gotta get rid of this. Well, let's just go to the other one. What was the skills competition, right?
Yeah, the skills challenge. I'm pulling that up right now.
That like this is bad, man.
All right, this is them. Let's go. All right.
So the Spurs will be starting. Wembanyama, the Rookie of the Year, and maybe the Defensive Player of this year. And here we go.
There's two. So he's off to a good start. Yeah, the basic stuff
that each team is going to want.
All right, you got to take your shots. This is not taking your
Yeah,
shots.
I remember that. You right, because I know they had to take the shot.
You guys are worried about the shot. They were just going for time.
Oh, wow, you're right. I see what they were doing.
It's all about the belt, the passes. They're not even worried about this.
All right, pass it to Paul.
All over. Yes,
it does.
Yes, it does. See, there's some thinking that
all right, now it's time to take your shots. What's happening?
Yes.
What is he doing?
No, I wonder if everyone is going to adopt this.
The fans are booing.
Yeah, the rules
What is he doing?
See,
Bro.
to be honest with you, not for nothing, they didn't break no rules. That they didn't think they were going to do that, so they found the crack in what was going on, and they did it, and they got penalized for it because they didn't like what they did because they outsmouted them. That's what that was about.
They weren't worried about any
I
of the
say
shots.
Yo, that shit was
Now
cheap.
they will put a rule in. They will put a rule in for next time saying you cannot do that.
What are we doing here? We gotta put in rules for a freaking skills competition, Ted. That's embarrassing. Yo, that shit was cheesy. Just shoot the damn ball. He threw the ball back and forth.
What it did was it weakened the product by what they did. It cheapened the whole experience by them not shooting the ball. I'm not gonna say it was right or wrong what they did, but as far as from people that pay to see them play, they saying that shit is wrong. We pay to see you shoot the ball. We came to see you do the skills challenge. This is an all-star weekend. I'm just telling you what. I'm thinking.
I'm agreeing with you. This is how I feel. It's a skills competition. It's probably the least of any of the three. Like, there's nobody in the building. First of all, like, it's like going to the club at 7, 8 o'clock when it opens. Nobody's there until 9, 10 o'clock. Like, the fact that they are competing this hard for a skills competition, bro. For a skills competition, it's hilarious. It's hilarious because we watch the All-Star game and it be this pillow fighting. On a skills competition, dudes just threw the ball up 3-4 times. Come on, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Remember, I didn't say it was right or wrong. I just feel like it's cheesy. Dog, they're gonna just throw the ball out. Just shoot the ball. Have fun, bro. Like, how you gonna have?
Like I said, they weakened the product. They made the product look not good because of what they did. Okay, and people paid good. Even though it wasn't as many people that went to the dunk contest as well as the.
They had to pay for that.
But they paid quality money to see this event, so they made the event look very, like you said, the word cheesy. It looked real whack after what they did.
Yeah, it was cheesy. It was definitely cheesy.
I was telling you, they outsmarted the rules that they didn't put in place, saying that they couldn't do it.
Why? What? You know what the NBA probably saying? Why we gotta do all this for a freaking skills competition, bro? Like, come on, man. It's a skills competition. Like, all you gotta do is go. It's the same rules. You do this, you do that. You shoot the ball, you make it, you don't. Da da da. They improvise it, they alternate it. You miss, make. Like, no, you just throw the ball. So you just threw the ball 3-4 times and then ran. Nobody, that is so boring, bro. Like, nobody want to see you run, throw a couple passes. So in other words, you just pass the ball, and people think that's entertainment. This is why sometimes athletes are not the same as, I don't know, because athletes think they the world now. Like, I'm sorry, bro, but It's a joke. They don't care about the
It
fans.
is.
Let's not kid ourselves. I
Listen,
don't care what you
listen.
say.
It
They don't
is
care
what
about
it
the
is,
fans.
man.
That's cheesy.
I
Cheesy.
just know
Corny.
that even the 3-point contest was kind of
Who won
whack. And
that?
I usually,
Who
I
won
usually
that?
like the 3-point
Who won
contest.
that? Who won that? Who won that?
The dude, Tyler Hero won it.
Who was he competing with? Did Clay compete?
Buddy Hield,
Okay.
Mitchell, Dame Dollar, who was going to be a 3-peat, but he got knocked off early. Okay, remember he won the last two. He won the last two 3-point contests. He
Yeah.
was going for a 3-peat, and he shot terribly.
Now, why the hell Steph Curry's not in the 3-point contest? That's what I'm
He ain't
saying,
doing it no
man.
more.
He won it. How many times Steph Curry won? Did Steph
I
Curry
think he
won
won
it?
it twice.
I guess so. I ain't gonna lie. You know what though? Maybe they should have had that girl, Caitlin Clark, as it being there. I ain't gonna lie. Can I say this? I feel like she probably should have did the 3-point NBA thing. You know, not the sidebar, but she was like, "Oh, I'm not doing it in my first All-Star game. I'm gonna do it in WNBA." Good luck to that. Nobody gonna watch. Like, stop, man. Like everybody's in their own bag, and nobody worrying about the fans. Everybody keeps saying this. I'm doing that. I'm doing that. I'm doing that. Soon, nobody not gonna care about these games. Soon, and I think you talked about this. I don't know if you talked about this, but soon, you hear me, Ted and
What's
Ed,
that?
when these ratings come out in the next couple of years, and they start negotiating for more television rights, because that's what happens. They get the television rights, and they say, "We got the rights. We don't care." It's different now. People are not watching the game. People are not watching the product as much. It's going to be a little negotiation with that contract TV rights.
Well,
It's going to change a lot of things.
It's
Nobody's
funny.
not
It's
watching
funny.
the game.
It's funny you talk about change. Me and Ed spoke about this too. They changed the format for the All-Star game tonight, which piqued my interest where I'm gonna watch it. Whereas before I
Oh,
wouldn't have even
God.
watched this joint. Okay, because now they got
Every
like
year they
4
change it.
teams. It's gonna be a tournament, and it's gonna be interesting because they knew they had to change the format because people ripped them last year when they scored like 200 some points, and like it was watching the Harlem Globetrotters play against each other. It was terrible last year, and nobody. So they had to change the format and make it more interesting and more competitive. When has an All-Star game other than the NBA All-Star game have not been competitive? The football, football they practically playing tag football out there now. Before it wasn't like that years ago. They played a little bit. They ain't played to hurt nobody, but I'm telling you, they had to change the format. Let's see how the format is for this tonight's All-Star game.
All right, so let me give you a quick let me give you a quick well, how you been there, the history of the Pro Bowl. The reason why the Pro Bowl game sucks because one man, Taylor, like rest in peace. Like when he hit that kicker that hard, people said, "Oh no, we can't have this. We can't have this." And Robert
Right.
Edwards had tore Robert Edwards was a running back for the Patriots. He had a great rookie year, right? They didn't make the Super Bowl. They didn't make it to the playoffs, I don't think, right? And he tore his ACL playing in Hawaii because that's where the Pro Bowl was all the time. And ever since then, they said, "Yo, we're not doing none of that shit." So that's what happened with the Pro Bowl. Same thing with the All-Star game. I think Adam Silver came to the NBA players and was like, "Yo, man, y'all got to play harder, man. Y'all can't be lollygagging out there." NBA's got sensitive. They didn't like how he was talking to them. So they said, "Okay, now we're going to lollygag." When you got people like Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, you got to ask them to play hard. That's like having your mother and father tell you like what you got to do in life at the age of 30. Like, yo, bro, like they shouldn't be babying you still. Like dogs, just play the game. But Stephen A. said something that's real. They play harder in the summer against each other than they actually do in the All-Star game. And that's a slap in the face. That's a slap in the face, dog. Like, I'm going to keep it real. Like, why y'all even there? Like, they should cancel this game. But I always say the owners got too much to invest. The TV rights got too much to invest. The TV, TNT, or whatever it's shown on has too much to invest. This game is already planned a year before it even happens. Like, next year, they're going to announce where they're playing at. They probably could do it now. We probably Google it. Like, that's how it works. nobody plays the next year without not being planned because of the TV rights. Back to the TV rights. That's going to change in a couple years because if they keep changing the format. They had a good format. They have to let it sit and grow. They had the format where you could remember the select score whatever the score is. The only thing they had to do, all they had to do was just change the rules a little. Don't make it end on a free throw because they kept doing that. It kept ending on a free throw. Nobody wants to see the game end on a free throw. I don't know why people are not understanding these things, man. Like, who is in charge? So there you go. Like, it's gonna be a change, but I mean, now it's 4 teams. So can somebody explain the format? Like, is it 4 teams? Do they play? They play multiple times?
Well, Ed can explain to you. It's a point system that they go to. Tell me what it's about, Ed.
All right, to keep it short and skinny, they're gonna have 4 teams. They're gonna have what was it? It's Kenny Smith, Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, and Candace Parker. Those 4 people are gonna have their own teams. And so Shaq has what they call the OGs. So you'll have like LeBron, Steph, a couple of other players, and then you got the international players, which is Charles Barkley's team, and then you got Kenny Smith has like the young guys, and then Candace Parker has like a random group of people. And so from my understanding is they want to create these teams with different demographics to try to spice things up in this game. So the incentive is not having a bunch of big names just freaking scoring 200 points like last year. They're trying to mix it up and trying to see like what could happen. And it's going to be 40 points per game, no time clock. And it's going to be those 4 teams. And then after the winners of those teams, it'll be those 2 teams. And then you'll have your winner. Which is it's different. You're not going to get what you got last year, so that's a good start. And that's it. I don't know if this is going to be the format going forward.
I'm already confused. Hold on. So what about the East and the West? Like, so
no East West. So then
why did they announce all the All Stars? So they're gonna have more players than the actual All Stars that got selected.
Selection, So the selection is just broken up. And so
it's 4 teams, right? So that's what
it's 4 teams, yeah. It's 4 teams. So just think about inside NBA, they're the coaches, the guys.
I get it.
It's like that, and which makes sense because of what happened with the media rights and inside the NBA.
I get it. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So they played it smart. And they got international players, so they created their own team for that. So you're going to have your international fans rooting for them to win. You got the young team with Candace Parker and Kenny Smith. You're going to have people that's tired of the superstars that we got today. They want to see some fresh new names kick their ass, so they're going to make that as a team. And then you got the OGs, which is, the top of the top 1% players all together with Shaq on that team. So you got all these people rooting for that specific team for their specific reasons. So that's basically what they're trying to do. Rather than the typical East-West 400-point game, you're going to have freaking 4 different type of teams. Yeah. And in all honesty, this is a good start. I think that the NBA, they spoiled their players. They're throwing out all this guaranteed money, and now they don't have to work that hard. They disguise things as load management and all this other stuff. When you got these young players where they're hungry, they want to play. They're willing to go the extra mile to showcase in front of the people in the arena, in front of the freaking national audience. So I would like to see that in the All-Star game really be more of a future All-Star games where they start highlighting these young guys that really can show, their ability, because we already know LeBron James, Stephen Curry, and all these. We know what they can do, but they're really hogging all that media attention to highlight these players and not all these future players. So I hope to see that. I'm kind of disappointed in what happened with the Spurs and what they did. Chris Paul is not just a regular player. Like, he's a future Hall of Famer. He's contributed a lot He's like the president of the NBA Players Association. And now you got Victor, who's the future face of this brand, and then you guys pull this stunt off. It's something small, but it speaks volumes. You got advertisers putting money up, and they don't want to see that. You know what I mean? They don't want to see. They don't want to see
I
you
don't want to
cutting
see
corners. They don't want to see cutting corners. So I'm pretty sure the NBA is gonna, they even if they didn't have a rule for that, they put that rule immediately. They grabbed a pencil or pen in the back and they wrote on a sheet of paper and they ran to Chris Paul like, "Yo, you ain't supposed to do that." And he knows he could, and he did. But I would like to see some changes in the NBA because it's not looking too good. Maybe they don't need guaranteed contracts. Maybe they need some some initiatives or whatever. I mean, that's extreme takes, but it may, because the NBA is willing to change formats and all-star games and all this other stuff. I think they really they really need to get some type of control of the situation before it gets even worse. So this is a good start, but we'll see. Things don't change in one season.
Nah, that's well said.
Absolutely.
Because it's getting to the point where like they want to be all-stars, but they don't want to compete. Yo, it's funny. Not the sidebar that kind of, because everything you said, I'm just gonna But yo, I was watching the game with Michael Jordan, his last All-Star game, and I'm saying in my head like, I've never seen so many stars on one court go so crazy at the end of the game. Stephon Marbury. That's one of the great All-Star games that nobody talks about. Stephon Marbury. Jordan and Iverson was on the same team. I don't know. That was cool. And Marbury. That was cool to me. Going against Kobe and Garnett. And Isaiah Thomas was the coach for the West. People forget about that. Like, those were moments where you just, like, love the NBA. Like, yo, that was crazy. You see the end of that game?
Right.
Yo, they're crazy. You see the end of that game? It's over because you lollygag in the first quarter you go crazy. Second quarter you kind of lollygag, get a little highlights. Entertain the crowd. Little windmills, ooh, ah. Fourth quarter come, nah, bro. 6 minutes left, nah, bro. It's on. I never seen Kobe look. I didn't right. You remember that? I never seen Kobe look so aggressive. He got his teeth showing, like, give me, what's up? Like, hold on, like, chill, dog. Remember when Shaq dunked on David Robinson? Like, bro, when's the last time you see somebody get dunked on in an All-Star game, bro? He did it twice. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's why that's a segue where I was really trying to go with it, too. It all started with the Anthony Edwards interview at the end of the season. And y'all probably forgot when he started calling the NBA old and nobody could handle him back in the day. All that started. Him, JJ Redick talking about, these guys back in the day, they couldn't do nothing. It got to their ego, and now they suck. Like, I don't want to hear about nobody from back in the day. I mean, from this day and they talking about back in the day. I don't want to hear that. Like, I'm sorry. We got to stop because everybody kept saying, Steph Curry is the greatest of all time. He's the greatest in this ever. He could not play back in the day. He would have been great, but not the GOAT. Like, we got to stop. You get that shot off. Shot off how? He never get into the lane. That's why I say, like, Anthony Edwards didn't win nothing. He took all that, but you ain't doing nothing. Your team sucks. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, these guys, they great, but they not from that era. They not from that cloth. Y'all could not handle these guys. Y'all couldn't play more than 40 games. Y'all can't play more than 40 games now. How you going to play more than 60 games in the NFL and NBA season back in the day? That's why I laughed, and it was like, it's a waste of breath, air. Waste. Because the product sucks. Like, Kevin Durant was mad about the format. Okay, cool, but nobody hasn't seen that. Like, they don't compete, man. They don't compete, bro. Like, this is what it is. It's almost like disheartening and boring. Like, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of people's money. Like, why am I going to an All-Star game? I would never go to an All-Star game. I always wanted to one, but I guess that's over with. Like, ain't no need to. I ain't missing nothing.
Yeah.
Like, unless
you're right.
what are we doing? Like,
you're right. I mean, it is what it is, man. Like I said, hopefully this change of format, it should be interesting because, I was asking how much it costs, how much money these guys are making. So they're making a decent amount of money. But Ed made a good point. Also, he said the veteran guys, they may not even want to even give a shit about this. You know what I mean? Because the older guys, they got bread already. Or was it you that said that, Chris? But
they got money already. They got money, chips. They got
money, they got
everything.
chips, whatever. But
they just
I'm hoping that I'm hoping that it's a better product with tonight's change the format. But if it's not,
It
then I'll
might.
go back. Like I said, I just won't be watching it. But I'm telling you, after what I saw last night with the skills and the 3-point contest and the dunk contest, I may not be watching that either no more because I didn't. I mean, other than McCullough and well, the Tyler Hero did win, but if you saw the way those guys are shooting, they don't even shoot better than the guys from back in the day. Yeah, these
Nah, they
guys
don't.
were
They
not
don't.
shooting that well, man. And I'm like, damn, you miss guys like Larry Bird and guys like that put his hand up before the ball went in. Steph did that later on, but I'm just saying, you know, these guys were that good, man. I think Larry Bird would have tore all these fucking dudes up, man. If he was in the 3-point
No, he
contest,
would have. He would have.
he would have tore their asses up, man.
Yo, bro, probably would have torn him up in the real era too, man. You put Larry Bird in this era, he's smoking cats. He's
Or he'd be
smoking
killing these
cats.
dudes, man.
No way. But we forget Larry Bird was what 6'10", 6'11"? Like he averaged like 14 rebounds a game one year. Like, come on, man. Man, we gotta
Yeah,
stop, man.
yeah,
Larry Bird was a bad boy. Now the thing is, he just wasn't better than Magic. But like, this is another All-Star game. These are great freaking All-Star games, man. Like I'm sorry, man. Like there was once upon a time, these All-Star games was really competitive. Like people like used to really go. Sundays was like Sunday dinners. Like
yeah.
that was ritual. Like these All-Star games, because you knew something was gonna happen and you didn't want to miss it. You like, and you got Michael Jordan, and then everybody compete. Nobody talked about that Jordan factor. He was great, but when the All-Star came, people wanted to be better than him. That's what made the All-Star game great. Because
Right.
Jordan gonna talk crap, but like, all right, but it's the All-Star game. Yo, if I could just get a couple, man, I could be who I. We forget Glenn Rice.
Yeah.
We forget Glenn Rice. Remember that year, Glenn Rice? And Jordan was like, "Damn, he's hot. You know what? I'm gonna just keep feeding him. I ain't even got time to get my points." He was on
Right.
like 17 points in the first quarter. I was like, "Oh, snap, Glenn Rice." People who don't know, Glenn Rice is a bad man back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Bad man, not a champion. He's a bad man. So
it's true.
It's like sometimes, man. I don't know, man. Like these dudes, man, they really got to step their game up. Like they are a boring bunch of players. They're boring. They're boring. They're boring. NBA is boring to me. I'm gonna keep it real. I watch it, but it's been boring. Like there's no excitement like it used to be. There's no matchup. You can't talk trash. You get a technical. So there's no rivalries. I don't want to hear commentators about this is a great rivalry. Let me see it from the players.
Right.
You can't argue. You can't fight. Like it's it is what it is. We live in an emotion. Hopefully it'll get better, but I don't know. It's looking bad.
So, like I said, we look forward to seeing that, but also want to just give congratulations, man, to there was some matches on last night, boxing matches on last night on ESPN, and I think it was a young kid named Keyshawn Johnson. Is his name? What is his name? The kid, the boxer. He won a world title last night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, that's congratulations.
And he fought this guy. I mean, the guy wasn't really that good. The guy was awkward. He was really doing a lot of holding. But now we know that at that 135-pound boxing, class right there is going to be some interesting fights because he just walked in there now. He has a title now, so it's going to be interesting.
Okay. We finally got somebody for Tank?
I'll be honest with you, man. I'm waiting for Tank to fight somebody, because right now Tank has been just demolishing the guys he's been fighting. I haven't seen him really for anybody that really,
somebody out there. I told you.
Maybe nobody's out there for him, like you said. I don't know.
There's nobody out in that weight, bro. It's like Marvin Hagler. I said, "Hey, Marvin Hagler, you ain't fighting nobody." He said, "I beat everybody out there in front of me. What you talking about?" And then the reporter ain't had nothing to say. Like, what? You beat everybody in front of me.
Right.
Like sometimes you have to wait. Like right now, I just feel like I already told you how I feel about Javante. He loses the fight all the time, but man, when that man that right is strong, Ted. It's the fear of God. They don't want to get hit by it, Ted.
It's tough, man. Yeah, it's tough.
It's tough. Yeah, because he loses the fight, and then he loses every fight he fights. He loses it. But that last 2 rounds, that right is just hitting you and hitting you. Who's the guy I'm watching? This is the guy that won last night.
This is the kid one. What's his name again? Ed?
Keyshawn Davis.
And the
Keyshawn
white
Davis.
gold shorts. And the white shorts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
white shorts. Yeah.
Okay. You look.
They were fight. I believe this fight was at Man Square Garden last night.
That's finally. They never have
Yeah.
these things at the Garden no more. Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, he knocked him out with a body blow, man.
Nice. All right, maybe we got somebody. Maybe we got because we need somebody for Tank. Tank is that dude, man. Tank is
definitely he's definitely rocking him.
Face of boxing, man. Nobody can't step to this guy, man. Damn, he looking strong.
Yeah, he's strong. This kid reminds me a little bit of Thomas Hearns for some reason.
Nice.
He reminds me of him a little bit, you know.
Got a little swaggy, got a little dance going on, got a little.
Yeah.
It's okay to have that. Sometimes it's good to have that. You need to have the little. You got to be a little weird. You got to be a little different when you at a high level in sports. Just can't be like.
Yeah, and this young man had a very interesting like story before becoming a boxer. But he's been through some trials and tribulations, man. And when they, I do the interviews before the fight, they talk about the fight and stuff like that. And I mean, for this young man to do what he's done, man, I mean, you gotta give him his flowers, man, because he's been through a lot. I think he's from Virginia, and you know, they said it last night. And the guy's been through it hasn't been an easy path for him to get to where he's at right now. You know, dealt with some things with mental illness and stuff like that. And for him to be in the title, man, I think it's a good look.
Yeah, man. That's good. That's a good story. How old is he?
Yeah. So
I
wish
25. He's 25.
Oh, young.
Yeah, he's 25. Okay.
All right, guys. That's good. We need young up and comers, man, because you know boxing is like it's hit or miss. We have good boxers, but it's boxing, so you know they fall off fast. But that's good.
Yeah. So, but other than that, man, you know that's what's been going on in the sports world, man. And like I said, you know we are next NFL season's over. We got next season. You know what I'm saying? Look forward to. Right now, we're gonna just transition into, I guess, boxing and as well as definitely the NBA. But I look forward to watching this All-Star game tonight to see how this format is. It should be interesting. But to me, it's going to be hit or miss, Chris, because if it's good, I'll watch it next year. If not, no big deal.
No big
Because
deal.
I won't be watching it no more.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. We're gonna see. You know what? I'm gonna check it out too. Just so you said it. We're gonna see. I think this is it. I think this is either they're gonna hit or they're gonna miss. I don't think, you know, pun intended. That's
listen, man, I'm gonna tell you what the future is gonna look like. Ted the Salami's calling it out right now. Not the salami, but the salami. Okay? So just think now, 20, I don't know, 30 years from now.
What
maybe
you talking about?
You
about to talk about the games that they play like that?
Nah, hold on. I'm just telling you what the sports future gonna look like, man. Because all these guys, they so divas and they can't play. They don't play dunk contests, this, that, and third. Yo, man, let me tell you what the next big thing gonna be, man. You gonna laugh at me. Because you probably say, Ted, you beat up your rocker right now. But I'm just saying, I don't think it's gonna be no more dudes playing sports like playing physical sports. Especially they can get hurt. They're gonna be playing video games, and that's gonna be the professional teams. And they're gonna be guys behind them that are gonna be professional playing with the guys, and it's gonna be one of those kind of things where like they have those tournaments where they have those, you know.
Yo, Ted, not to cut you off,
telling you,
but
that's the future, man.
Ted, I just seen it yesterday. They already have it now. I said,
I know they do. They do.
Hey, you talking about?
I'm saying, but it's going to transition. It's going to transition into, it's going to be the All-Star weekend. The guys will be playing video games at the All-Star weekend. I'm telling you, going to save a lot of money, and you know everybody's going to be into this technology stuff and everything. Watch, man, that's going to be next, man. Watch, you see.
Yo, they need to just get rid of that game and just get over it, bro. But watch when they try to get rid of it. They're going to be like, no, you can't do that because this is so important to us. That shit is garbage. Get rid of that game. They got rid of the Pro Bowl too, right? There's no more Pro Bowl. They got rid of that.
The Pro Bowls guys playing like they doing like some event thing, man. Yeah, it went from
uniforms. They do it before the Super Bowl, right? They do it the week before.
Yeah, they do like some skills challenge kind of thing, man.
I didn't even. I didn't even see a
What do you think is gonna happen? What do you think is gonna happen next, man? Yo, next is gonna be these guys being themselves in video games and competing each other.
Yo,
I'm
bro,
telling you, that's what's
just
gonna
get
be,
rid of
bro.
the freaking game. Just get rid of the All-Star. Make it a season where you know what it's an NBA break. You give them an NBA break. Keep the break because you don't want to mess up people's bodies. Keep them like a
That's what
week.
I'm saying. Just think about it.
That's it.
You could be
That's it.
you could be a professional basketball player and not really be good at all, but you could just be good on that joystick, man.
Nah,
Pause,
fuck that.
but good
Yeah,
on, you know what I'm
thank you.
saying, on a PS5, you know what I mean, or probably PS20 by then. You know what I mean? And anything like Chris says, relevance in sports, anything that you come up with, any stories, any trades, any drama in sports that we need to feel we bring to your attention, we will do that. And
Yes, sir.
take him away, Chris.
Nah, you said it right, man. Everything he said is right. We ain't gonna let you log it. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy your Sunday. Be blessed. Be safe. And just be cool. Peace.
Peace, easy.